Hello, everybody. It's Curtis here over at the Bankruptcy Information Center and FreshStartNow.net. And today's topic that I want to talk about, we've talked about it in the past. I want to get a little more in detail on what a reaffirmation agreement is and the consequences of signing a reaffirmation agreement, the positives and the negatives of it. So first and foremost, a reaffirmation agreement is a new contract that you sign while you are going through the bankruptcy process. This reaffirmation agreement, we're just going to talk about car loans, is a new contract for your car. This contract will supersede the contract that you signed at the dealership when you bought your car. You filed bankruptcy, that contract is null and void. If you sign a new contract, it will be a reaffirmation agreement between you and the lender, the same lender usually. And it's just your promise to pay no matter what. So this is their collection mechanism in case the car goes bad later. You do not have to sign this at all. You don't have to sign it. You can do a retain and pay, which means you just keep making the payments. You don't have to sign this and they won't come take the car. Just don't ever be late on your payments. That's a retain and pay. Your other option, sign this and you still don't get any credit for it, and you get no benefit from signing this. So I'm not an attorney and I don't give legal advice, but common sense says never sign a reaffirmation agreement unless you have a lot of equity in your car. Most people don't. So that's why less than 1% of people in the country sign a reaffirmation agreement. Now let's get really specific about a phone call that I just took, right? Had a young lady call in, and when she called in, her first question was, can I refinance this vehicle with one of your local affiliates? And folks, no, you can't, right? Our local affiliates don't do refinances of vehicles that you carry through a bankruptcy because you just can't do that, right? The bankruptcy prevents you. There's a lot of complicated reasons why. I won't get into it right now, maybe another date. However, suffice it to say, I had to tell her no. But when I started inquiring, why do you want to refinance this vehicle? Her position was she's trying to lower her interest rate. I think she was at 22%. So that led me to ask more questions. Okay, so you only want to refinance to lower your interest rate. Great. Did you know, first of all, ma'am, that your car loan is not reporting to the bureaus? She actually already knew that. Normally, most people don't know that. She knew that this loan was not reporting on the bureaus, even though she signed a reaffirmation agreement. Now, at this point, I asked her, did you buy the car before the bankruptcy or after? She said before. That let me know that, okay, we might have a possibility to get you a new vehicle instead of refinancing this vehicle. Let's get you out of it. So I kept digging and kept digging. Come to find out, this young lady did sign the reaffirmation agreement. And right on the reaffirmation agreement, folks, it says right here how much you're financing, right? So, and in her case, it was $21,000 she was financing. That's not a lot of money. At 22%, her payment was like $600-700 a month. But right below how much you're financing, it says current market value of the vehicle you're financing. So she financed 21. The current market value was $10,000. You guys do the math. $11,000 she signed up for in negative equity. Now, she filed bankruptcy. That damage is done. You can't unwind that. You can't take that back. She signed a reaffirmation agreement, which didn't benefit her in any way. And she locked in $11,000 in negative equity. Now, I, at that point in the call, told her there's nothing we can do for you. I want to help. I want to get you a new car. And we were going through the options and there were just no good options. And I was about to hang up the phone. I said, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me look at the date that you signed this reaffirmation agreement. Because folks, did you know that you have 60 days from the date of the discharge to rescind this reaffirmation agreement? You can undo what you did and get out of this. And so when I went back into her file, we have access to all of the bankruptcy information. I went into her file within just a couple of seconds, and I discovered that she signed the reaffirmation agreement December 18th, 2023. That's well within the 60 days. I said, the second you hang up with my phone call, I want you to call your attorney and ask him to rescind the reaffirmation agreement. You want to take it back, you don't want to sign it. So she called her attorney. They're in the process of unwinding that reaffirmation agreement, getting her out of negative equity. Now, what does that mean? That means she can now buy a car. She can't refinance this. She's not going to be able to, right? So what it means is that car goes back as part of the bankruptcy, right? It doesn't change anything on her credit report. It doesn't look any worse than it does today. That car goes back. She can now relieve herself of that $11,000 negative equity and purchase a new vehicle. Where beforehand, if we were to get her out of the vehicle that she had signed the reaffirmation agreement, it's required that she trades it in. She can't just give it back because she signed this. They would hold her accountable. If she gave the vehicle back under this agreement, they would come after her. It would look like a repossession after bankruptcy. So bad, bad, bad. You don't want to do that. However, she's going to be able to get out of it. She's going to be able to get a new car. So folks, there's a lot involved in reaffirmation agreements. When in doubt, talk to your attorney, right? Let them know, hey, explain to me what are the pros and cons of signing a reaffirmation agreement. Don't look at us. I can't give you legal advice. I can just tell you that it's never a good idea to reaffirm something that goes down in value over time. So to the opposite of that, why would you sign a reaffirmation agreement? On what type of collateral would you sign a reaffirmation agreement? Should jump right out at you. A home. That is something that you should sign a reaffirmation agreement on if you choose. Why? Because over time you can't really get hurt on a home. Cars don't go up in value, folks. Minus the last 3 years, but we won't talk about that. Generally speaking, cars go down in value every single day, every single mile. So my advice would always be, and it's not legal advice, do not sign a reaffirmation agreement. Follow up with your attorney on that. Find out if you signed one or not. You can obviously call us. You can call our office. Folks, you're going to get this message. You're going to get emails from us. You're probably going to get a letter from us in the mail explaining a lot of the generalities of how to reestablish your credit after a bankruptcy. So if you could, please, if you've made it to the end of this video and this was interesting enough for you, like this post, please follow us on Facebook. This is a great community of individuals, like-minded individuals that are trying to reestablish their credit after a bankruptcy. I hope this helped. Everybody have a great day. Thank you so much.